So when them think them are going to make it now, them get a little hit, and there's a car them buy, and the DJ girl turn hot girl. So them call them now hot girl. Them still live in the same place, still live in the same area, but when them are go out, them don't look like them live there so at all because they kind of close with them a van. You that thing say, them own one of the apartment, them downtown, the high hill, the high house, where them call it the almost story apartment, the building them. But them living at the ghetto said we. And when them step out one Friday night or Saturday night, oh gosh man, me I tell you. But guess what? It's only the clothes with them a van. Or where them having a them drawer and the shoes with them a van and them bed them have. Them is as broke as, and I tell you what, broke. Because they know them have to depend per man to give them with them man during the course of the week. And some of them will go out a party with money. Because them know them going to book up 2 man there. We can buy them liquor, go right through the night. You know, we say we have a new thing and we are teaching with the TikTok and the Instagram and all these things. Because we find out say most ones don't really use it to educate themselves. So we decide say we are going to that. We are going to use it to educate you. So we have some things where we clip out, clip. And these clip things is very important to just understanding history and cultures and different things. And maybe you could all see it on your internet. And you just skip over it because you never see nobody wind up and a drive up and all these things. And a drive flashy car and all them something there. So we choose the other way. So yes, you will notice it. You will notice it. And I want to tell you, say, we see a whole heap of album a release, I know everybody a try catch the Grammy. Everybody a try catch the Grammy time, you know. So everybody a release them album now that it can fit into the space. Well, it's one of them things they were only part. I don't know when I did ever I think say I gonna make an album to catch the Grammy. I know I make an album and the record company say they would have like release it before the Grammy. You know why I say them got my album them different. So you know everybody think on that. You understand? Everybody think on that. Anyway, we see the Grammy album them a come out little by little. Not for them. So we're going to see which one I go enter the top 5 next year. Today already, the advertisement there a while ago sound very interesting. Job fair. Meaning, so now, you have to go there and see if you can qualify to get a job. Very interesting. I might just go down there. But I don't know if anybody noticed it, but you notice St. Anne is now the place for people to be going hunting for house to buy. Foreigners. Yes. Whole heap of foreigner a buy a place down in a St. Anne, you know, between a Rockabis and beyond plantation there, so, but them no frasta. Them enough. Operation I tell me say him come back and him a build a studio up in our hill them. I don't remember which hill him say, but in a St. Anne there. Him a build up studio and all them something if you come forward. If you come do some music work. It's a very interesting thing. Very interesting. When you go at the party them, like, you know, the place them where I keep certain show. Them there. Hi Muta, how you do? You remember I met you here? I wasn't with you here. This. Me I say, ratted. So we live now. Oh, we bought a place in St. Anne, you know. You can come and visit us one at a time. really, it's really Santana go on so. Santana, and now you see some face gone at Santana for that year, yeah. Very interesting, some face gone at Santana. I don't know how long it will stay there, but I guess them say because of the hurricane they lick down the place down so. But I don't know where they're going to put so much people. I talk about the government, that's why they might build all of them high-rise place where we can't afford. You know, them are exclusively keep it there for the foreigner them who want to come spend time amongst the natives. You know, see, you can see them walking up and down the town, renting taxi to go to Kingston, spending a day in Kingston, going to all of the sites them, and then them go back to St. Anne. It's kind of a lovely thing to see still. I hope the people them who they did it for a long time, we have business, small business, is now making more money and not just some big Indian shop them. Because you know the Indian them colonized on there so. Yeah, them colonized on them have places to offer the people them that come there. We hope that it will turn out good for the residents, the long-time residents of Ocherios and surrounding areas. Yes, because we know they say they, well, long time, the tourist them is not going into the craft market. They go into the mall where the Indian them sell. And the things them, most of the things that the Indian them sell, red, gold and green and all them things there. I know Jamaica it come from, a China and Taiwan, Tai 2 and Tai 3 it come from. If you look good, you see it mark made in not Jamaica. So there with you. So I got to show some Marcus Garvey concepts and ideas in the week here. And one of the things that Marcus Garvey has to talk about is how the Jews them do things. Yeah, they look on the Jews them, you see how them do things. And them do it in a way where it's generational, meaning say the wealth where them get don't just stay at one place. When the person who create that wealth originally gone, dead, the rest of the family get help from it. Yeah, it's like you never see a Jew really and truly have enough jewelry for him hand and him neck and all them something there. Or have a portion of high-end car. Because him investment stay with him family. The Chinese kind of say that way there too. So when we have wealth, it have to show up our way. I show not even upon me, but around we. Yeah, we have to palaver and some might where we are weird, don't even have no historical or cultural significance. It's just white people that do things and black people that see it and want it. So when him have a money and him think him can afford it, he will spend any amount of money for buy it. It's really a travesty. really a travesty. Because I see some man a pose with some shoes. And I show up with the shoes. Me I say, what is? I see some man have an full heap of chain around him neck. Gold or whatsoever, I'm a platinum. And him a take picture and it's like him a hold out the chain them. That's the camera can't catch them a bit on. You never see a Jew do that yet. Or even a Chinaman. It's like never see come see. You know, true you never have it in your family. And you never have it when you're little. When, for instance, if you make 2 records and it go hit, the first thing you want to buy with the money is a car and some jewelry around your neck. Check it. Check the history of the world, especially the dancehall thing. Yeah, we have to say the dancehall thing. Check the history of the dancehall thing. More of the dancehall them, I'm say it all the while. Them I do a video. It's 2 things in the video. Naked woman. Oh, I say naked woman, I mean naked woman. Naked woman is one, and a car is the next. Yes. Most of the video them, that is what them pose with in the video. So them ambition, how them say come out of poverty, is to have a car, high-end car, and have whole heap of jewelry around them neck. And that is all for them. It's them escape from poverty according to them. And it's a travesty for black people. Because then you can see say, most of them who do it have no picnic too. No picnic. Yeah. And when you check the so-called baby mother, she have a ball or a look at next man to support her. Meanwhile, she go on like say she only have one man. But the one man can't satisfy her. I'm not talking about sexually. I'm talking about in terms of her needs and her wants. To be a good wife, or not even wife, because them man don't know wife business. Them in a girlfriend. And a girlfriend there make it sound like a them alone them out. But when you check the friend them, where the girl them have, you know say a war every time when the man find out a pure war. But the idea of looking how Jews function and Chinese, and you know the Chinese them come to Jamaica and rent a house and all 12 of them in the one house, you know. 12 of them in the one house. And them set up themselves till eventually see them have this and have that and control the whole of downtown. Meanwhile, we still a support madness. Yeah. Support madness. One to the woman they were used to put together them money. Me remember me used to see them in New York, in a Manhattan there, where the wholesaler place them there, where them a buy box of shoes, box of this, box of that. The woman they used to see them a play all bingo up on the roadside at evening time, downtown. Them woman they used to put together things, money, and go to New York. Not the whole of them, because not the whole of them have visa. Those who have visa in the crowd, they would have gone to New York and full up a D container, NaRRA container, and ship back down to Jamaica. And them spread it around. until eventually see some of them open a little store downtown. Yeah, man. Oh, we know that. Because my lady used to buy from them. She used to buy from them. And sometime we there in New York and we buck up on 34th Street, 36th Street, or even 14th Street. We buck up. But I don't know if them women they get old now and go rest. And then the picnic where you see them amongst them knowing that. Then go look man to take care of them. And that's right there. It may sound like weird thing, but that's right there. And then those who can't, things that them can make it in the pop world, them start DJ, male and female. The only thing is that the male one, them get you quicker, even though them no have a better qualification as DJ than the female. But you know, them say it's a man world. The man world can't do it without the man do. So when them think that them are gonna make it now, them get a little hit, and there's a car them buy, and the DJ girl turn hot gal. So them call them now hot gal. Them still living at the same place, still living at the same area, but when them are go out, them don't look like them live there so at all because the kind of clothes with them have on. You that thing say, them own one of the apartment, them downtown, the high house, where them call it the almost story apartment, the building them. But them living at the ghetto said we. And when them step out on Friday night or Saturday night, oh gosh man, me I tell you. But guess what? It's only the clothes them have on, or where them have in them drawer, and the shoes them have on, and them bed them have. Them is as broke as, and I tell you what, broke. Because they know them have to depend on man. Forgive them with them man during the course of the week. And some of them will go out party with money. Because them know them have to book up 2 man there. We can't buy them, they can go right through the night. Terrible thing I go on amongst black people. And Marcus Garvey pointed to the Jews them. Yeah, pointed to the Jews them. He say, look how the Jews them do business. Look how them do business. I mean, look upon them a certain way, but how them do business is totally different. You know, investment is one of the things them, as we have a cash, so we want to spend it off. And we don't know, so we can't take that same cash there and double it, triple it. We need to really take a stock. We need to take a stock. Because them tell you about some morning, noon, and evening. And usually them man there, them not really seen at them store morning, noon, and evening. They might go there early morning, or they might go there in the evening, but a whole heap of them not there at the store. As a matter of fact, a whole heap of them do ever go at the store. Because them have we work in the store like how we own it. yeah, the people them say, when you come to the store and ask for something with them now, them say, no, we don't have any, you know, we don't have any. And them say, oh, you mean you don't have any? I say, oh, you mean, ma'am, I'm working here and we don't have any. And we, them I say, you know, like say, we include them when them are just worker. Yes, them are just worker. You know, I say all this thing all the while that more time when you hear them say we don't have any and we don't have any. I'm going to call them not treat, because you can't know the owner, you know. You can't know the owner of the place. And when them say we don't have any, I say we don't have any. Him call you one time and say, come here, I can show you something. And he said, there's something where I show you, know, that you ask for, you know. But you that you end up a buy. Yes, and that you end up a buy. And that's what you ask for. Meanwhile, she know a struggle. We don't have matter about. We don't have left on the road a look job. And you wonder how she does her work at a place there and she a look job. We don't have any get fired. Because she make the customer come out of the place and don't spend no money. So we don't have any gone back in a something where she draw things shall come out of. Because she never have that skill, that communication skill to make the guy get her money off of the person who just left him store. Because if him thinking, you know, you must make a customer leave without buying something. Because from the person coming at the store, you know, it means them did want something in that store. It's communication. Or him left him yard. Or she left her yard to come to that store, that individual store. So don't feel no way say him go vex because him see the customer come out. Or the intended customer come out and don't buy nothing. Him in a free mind and say, no, it can't work that way there. You can't make people come in at my store and left and not buy nothing. Then why them be coming at the store in the first place? Because it did entice them for coming there. So it is up to you who work on the ground. Make the person buy something. Coerce the person to buy something. And if you don't make the person buy something, me not have problem with you as the owner. I saw them I see it. So, sometimes you see some ones that work in our store and them almost feel so aggressive. Because him don't want you leave the store and not buy nothing because the boss a watch. The boss a watch. So sometimes when you come to the store and him see you left, him say, yeah, come here no man, how you left so? And say, well, I don't see what I want. And I say, oh, you don't see what you want, the way you come in because you see something you want originally. And them coerce you if you go buy something. But when you're not buying nothing, him start to sweat. Because the owner upstairs, the wall upstairs have glass that him can't see through. And him a watch you. Him a watch you if you're going to make the customer come out there and not buy nothing. And that's right there. And we have to recognize that because you know, most of you want to go in a way you call now the service business, service industry. So them have a ton servant. If you don't look that way there, because we are get money every week. We turn servant, but it's really a servant thing. And they might develop it more than any other thing. They might develop the service industry. When I call service industry, the people that are working in a hotel and have to serve people. See, they want to build up that. And you see, that business draw the biggest money in Jamaica. But the worker them almost get the least pay in Jamaica. Can you believe that? Them get the least pay. But the industry draw the number one industry in Jamaica, tourism. And the people them flock to that industry. Because there's always jobs open there, so you don't have to have no official skill. You know, you just go and take a couple of weeks training, and you know if you throw a towel around your hand and hold. You hold the food with one hand and I balance it with the glass in the tree and all them something there. I said, thanks, sir. Yes, sir. No, sir. Yes, madam. Yeah, man, I can show you. Over there is that and over there is that. And you make sure so you can spread up the bed good. Make sure you can spread up the bed good. That is the service industry. Where them want a whole heap away. I was glad for it because we don't have no skill. And them will send for the people them who have the skill of foreign. So meanwhile, them people that come in at your workplace, you see them have a higher position than you, and you can't do nothing about it. So then now our youth will say, him not going to do that. Him will cut two tune. Him cut two tune and it don't go nowhere. Cut the next tune and it don't go nowhere. And one at the time him cut a tune and it kind of go somewhere. And when them kind of go somewhere, them feel say, man, the biggest thing about the place. The biggest thing. Him attitude and behavior changed totally. Because him hear him tune on the radio. And go to 2 free show down the road and people that say, yeah. And them feel good. Where is the longevity of the thing? Where it going to? Because of all the thousands of artists in Jamaica, half of that no make it, you know. Half of the 1,000 no make it at all. And some of them have a little one hit wonder. And after them have that one hit, that is that. Some of them eventually fade away and go foreign and run away. And so him can't do this, so you know, hear about him again. Black people, figure it out. Read Marcus Garvey. May I recommend that to you again. For years may I recommend it. Read Marcus Garvey. Yes. And you will gather certain things where it's very important. Very important. Listen.
Jews never buy investment properties with cash. Here's why. Let's say you have $300,000. Most people buy one property cash. They own one property and call it a day. Here's what we do instead. We put 20% down on 5 properties. That's the same $300,000. Now the tenants move in and they pay all 5 mortgages every single month. We own 5 properties worth $1.5 million. And it costs us nothing out of pocket. Your one property goes up 10%. You made $30,000. Our 5 go up 10%. We made $150,000. Same $300,000. 5 times the return. You spent all your money on one house, and now you're waiting. We use the bank's money to buy 5 properties. Let the tenants pay the bank back every month, and use the leftover cash to buy even more. You have one asset. We have an empire. That's the difference between cash and leverage. Comment, wealth, and I'll send you the wealth secrets they hide from the Goyim.
You hear that? You know, I want to play it again before they... Oh, no, I did it, so yeah, we can't play it again. I'm going to play it again.
Jews never buy investment properties with cash. Here's why. Let's say you have $300,000. Most people buy one property cash. They own one property and call it a day. Here's what we do instead. We put 20% down on 5 properties. That's the same $300,000. Now the tenants move in and they pay all 5 mortgages every single month. We own 5 properties worth $1.5 million. And it costs us nothing out of pocket. Your one property goes up 10%. You made $30,000. Our 5 go up 10%. We made $150,000. Same $300,000. 5 times the return. You spent all your money on one house, and now you're waiting. We use the bank's money to buy 5 properties. Let the tenants pay the bank back every month, and use the leftover cash to buy even more. You have one asset. We have an empire. That's the difference between cash and leverage. Comment, wealth, and I'll send you the wealth secrets they hide from the Goyim.
Yes. A simple thing, you know. Simple thing, broken it down. The money we spend and pay for one house one time, You pay down upon it, and you get 5 house for the money where you're going to spend to buy 1 house. So you just pay down upon the house and rent it out, and the tenant them pay. We're supposed to pay for you. So you end up with 5 property, 5 tenant a pay after the first settlement, the first money where you spend is 1 of the tenant them a pay back the whole light, Yes. And you end up with 5 property. Serious business that. Serious business. Think about it. And that will make you do. That will they have to make you do. Think. Meanwhile.
Not to scare you, but pay attention to this clip.
In 1926, they discovered the perfect trap. 40 hours keeps you alive, but too tired to escape. Henry Ford ran the numbers. He tested different work schedules and found the sweet spot. 40 hours. Not because it's optimal for productivity, because it's optimal for control. Let's do the math. 40 hours work, 10 hours commuting, 56 hours sleeping, 14 hours for eating, showering, basic survival. That's 120 hours, leaving you 48 hours of free time. Except you're exhausted. So you spend Saturday recovering from the week, and Sunday dreading Monday. Your weekend isn't freedom, it's recovery time, so you can do it again. Monday morning, the alarm goes off, and you feel it, that existential dread. 5 days until freedom. 5 days of giving your life away. For what? A paycheck that disappears instantly. Rent, bills, food, loans. Nothing left. You want to start that business? Too tired. Learn that skill? Too tired. Build that project? Too tired. That's not an accident. That's the design. If you had energy left over, you'd leave. If you had money left over, you'd build something. If you had time left over, you'd organize. They can't let that happen. So they found the formula. Just enough money to survive, just enough time to not completely break, just enough energy to come back tomorrow, but never enough to escape. And then they tell you, work hard for 45 years, then you can retire. So you do it. You trade your 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s for a paycheck. And at 65, you're free. Except your body's broken, your energy's gone. You spent your best years building someone else's dream, and your freedom came too late to use it. The 40-hour work week isn't about productivity, it's about compliance. Keep you tired, keep you poor, keep you busy. Too exhausted to think, too broke to leave, too busy to organize. That's not employment, that's control, and you'll do it for the next 45 years.
What a thing. I wonder if you listen. I'll play it again, I wonder if you really listen. Listen to what the man has said. Seriously, listen.
Not to scare you, but pay attention to this clip.
In 1926, they discovered the perfect trap. 40 hours keeps you alive, but too tired to escape. Henry Ford ran the numbers. He tested different work schedules and found the sweet spot. 40 hours. Not because it's optimal for productivity, because it's optimal for control. Let's do the math. 40 hours work, 10 hours commuting, 56 hours sleeping, 14 hours for eating, showering, basic survival. That's 120 hours, leaving you 48 hours of free time. Except you're exhausted. So you spend Saturday recovering from the week, and Sunday dreading Monday. Your weekend isn't freedom, it's recovery time, so you can do it again. Monday morning, the alarm goes off, and you feel it, that existential dread. 5 days until freedom, 5 days of giving your life away. For what? A paycheck that disappears instantly. Rent, bills, food, loans. Nothing left. You want to start that business? Too tired. Learn that skill? Too tired. Build that project? Too tired. That's not an accident. That's the design. If you had energy left over, you'd leave. If you had money left over, you'd build something. If you had time left over, you'd organize. They can't let that happen. So they found the formula. Just enough money to survive, just enough time to not completely break, just enough energy to come back tomorrow, but never enough to escape. And then they tell you, work hard for 45 years, then you can retire. So you do it. You trade your 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s for a paycheck. And at 65, you're free. Except your body's broken, your energy's gone. You spent your best years building someone else's dream, and your freedom came too late to use it. The 40-hour work week isn't about productivity, it's about compliance. Keep you tired, keep you poor, keep you busy. Too exhausted to think, too broke to leave, too busy to organize. That's not employment, that's control, and you'll do it for the next 45 years, unless you break or escape. But you won't, because you can't afford to. That's the trap.
What them find? People was here a long time, what them find? It's a serious thing. And here we are now at the bottom of the scale. All I know for do is prayer. What a weird and strange people. Them keep praying and them situation getting worse. That is what is happening. Them keep praying and them situation will get worse. So who is listening to the prayer of the black people when we spend 40 hours, 5 days, 8 hours a day at the workplace? Saturday we are trying to brush off the 40 hours, only if you know say Sunday is church. And also we have to think now say the 40 hours start the next day, which is Monday. Where is the humanity in all of that? Listen.
Jews don't buy Nike shoes. We buy their stocks. We don't buy the new iPhone every year. We buy more Apple stocks before the new iPhone comes out. You drive the most expensive car you can barely afford. We drive the cheaper one and put the rest into real estate. You wear the brand. We own the brand. That's not a flex. That's a system. My father taught me something I'll never forget. Every dollar you spend on looking rich is a dollar that could have made you actually rich. Every pair of sneakers, every watch, every upgrade you didn't need. That's not spending. That's bleeding. The secret to Jewish success was never intelligence. It's knowing the difference between an asset and a liability. You buy things that lose value the second you swipe your card. We buy things that make money while we sleep. You need everyone to see your success. We build ours so quietly that by the time you notice, it's generational. Comment money and I'll send you the real estate secrets they hide from the Goyim.
You hear that? We're going to play it again, you know. We're going to play it again.
Jews don't buy Nike shoes. We buy their stocks. We don't buy the new iPhone every year. We buy more Apple stocks before the new iPhone comes out. You drive the most expensive car you can barely afford. We drive the cheaper one and put the rest into real estate. You wear the brand. We own the brand. That's not a flex. That's a system. My father taught me something I'll never forget. Every dollar you spend on looking rich is a dollar that could have made you actually rich. Every pair of sneakers, every watch, every upgrade you didn't need. That's not spending. That's bleeding. The secret to Jewish success was never intelligence. It's knowing the difference between an asset and a liability. You buy things that lose value the second you swipe your card. We buy things that make money while we sleep. You need everyone to see your success. We build ours so quietly that by the time you notice, it's generational. Comment money and I'll send you the real estate secrets they hide from the Goyim.
You hear that? Oh, I take them in, you know. Go sleep on it and figure out if where black people are do, if it makes sense. To develop a people who gave the world civilization are people who they are long before the other races and nations. And now we're at the bottom of the scale. And all you can do, clasp your hand, bow, and look up into the sky and pray, say, something up there will get rid of the problems so that we can live a better life. So all the other people survive in all the storm and the this and the that. We are blow this and blow that. They must survive. And I survive good. And I survive with your help. They must survive with your help. So you have to figure out that too. How they must survive with your help. And you occasionally, sometimes you see one man get through. But the majority where you live monks stay the same way for years and years. And the house where you live in you can't buy it. And the people that are there around you, it's just like you. Yes, we're there with you. We're there with you. We want to play this. Here we go.
Gaddafi had 143 tons of gold. He was building one currency for all of Africa. No US dollar, no French franc, just African gold. France sent a memo to Hillary Clinton. It named the gold dinar as the primary reason for military intervention, not human rights, the currency. That memo is real. It was released under the Freedom of Information Act. It's on the State Department's own website right now. NATO bombed Libya for 7 months. Gaddafi was captured and killed on camera. The gold disappeared. Libya's central bank was one of the only banks in the world without Rothschild control before 2011. It got one within weeks of his death. Before he died, Gaddafi said, "They are coming for me because I tried to free Africa from financial slavery." The emails say he was right.
What a judgment. See them little thing I know, but we keep playing them.
Gaddafi had 143 tons of gold. He was building one currency for all of Africa. No US dollar, no French franc, just African gold. France sent a memo to Hillary Clinton. It named the gold dinar as the primary reason for military intervention, not human rights, the currency. That memo is real. It was released under the Freedom of Information Act. It's on the State Department's own website right now. NATO bombed Libya for 7 months. Gaddafi was captured and killed on camera. The gold disappeared. Libya's central bank was one of the only banks in the world without Rothschild control before 2011. It got one within weeks of his death. Before he died, Gaddafi said, "They are coming for me because I tried to free Africa from financial slavery." The emails say he was right.
We don't need no favor from them. We have been contributing for hundreds of years to their development at the expense of our development. I think it's time now that we wake up and stop dream about another world. One world. This world. After that, it's done. So you go and figure out something after this. Figure it out. They will know what to do with your human power and the things them that you have invented and created to make life more meaningful upon the planet. Because when you go and them claim it and says them do it, and if you don't know the history, if you don't know the history, you gotta keep saying yes. A them. Yeah, man. It's them. How long it a go on? When I go on the radio favor, you know, how long it a go on? And that me ask, you know. It's ill. Ill.
Yeah, good.
Blessed man.
Give thanks, man. But I'm like when you start the program, you know. Really respect that still.
What that?
Because, you know, when you talk about black people that will survive, you know, when you talk about the youth, them when them get a bus or them, you know, when them do them things.
Oh, yeah.
Now, always look on life that weird too. I mean, never know say you have the insight, they see them things. Because I usually watch a music video and I see them weird. And when they mean I street a party, I see them weird, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, their lifestyle are the same. So I really like when you start the program still, because then I enjoy the program to the fullest.
Yeah, man,
So,
thanks.
Yeah, man. So blessings, man.
Yeah.
But right you know, I chill on the man.
I want to say, I right, you know, me say?
Yeah.
That is. No, come supposed to be there. A big flag one.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know which part where I go there?
No, exactly where the spot there.
Actually,
Now.
where you come from?
No, but you know, me always work down at them place and me always traverse them place there, you know.
Okay.
Me, I'm always along a Bengal and them place, and you know them places like that, you know.
Yeah.
So they are out of road Sunday.
Believe you me, I don't know why I say Raya, you know. I treat them, it starts with a Raya, you know. A Raya Nuevo village.
Oh.
Raya Nuevo village in St. Mary.
Oh.
I see them, I say St. Anne. Hey, you know, say Cabo and what's your name? Right, if you forget her, she gone leave me, forget her.
Oh,
Cabo, all that talk about them place, the name Ochiros, you know.
Yeah.
I know Ochiros, St. Mary.
St. Mary.
Yes, St. Mary. Raya Nuevo village. And there's somewhere
I can't come, man, because I exchange me there, not near.
What mean if you can't come, man? You don't have to have no visa.
No, sir.
Yeah,
Jump on a vehicle and like that.
I'm free, you know.
Yeah. So I'm not have to come try jump the gate, then jump the water for me.
No. I
come through the gate.
I can't swim. I where the river meet the sea, you know.
Oh.
That place. It's behind one. It's behind one. With them gas station. You go around, look like nothing.
Oh yeah, me know that's a cool AC theater. Cool AC gas station.
I don't know the gas station name.
Yeah, but remember last year, a year before the ID did it.
Yeah.
He's a man that come from foreign and put on the event.
Yeah.
And he work it free to the public. So
yeah. Well, what want
to reach. Yeah, man, you go do that, man.
Cabo pose there.
So who can reach right? You know, on the 107?
Eh?
Who can reach if them can listen from the 107?
No, it's not a radio thing.
Oh.
It's not a radio thing, man. She come on from 6 o'clock and left at 10, you know.
Oh,
okay. Well, this thing I she keep is from 12.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so it's not like a radio. Now come on the radio. So don't feel say you can't stay home and listen it. You know, you have to physically come there, you understand?
But listen, she put a hype on the Sunday if John West did a company radio. And when he say you have to do it, oh gosh, man.
Yeah. Anyway, I just tell you that still. Ryan Nuevo.
Yeah, we have to turn up, man.
Yeah, all right.
By the time at the mood, what do you think about the eat, brother?
The eat?
What?
Why it work, you know, but sometimes the eat get short, the rain come lick it out. Which for me, the rain come and kind of cool it down little.
A long time nothing rain with me there still.
It hot, man, it hot, trust me.
But I tell you, man, I like night then, Rasta.
Yeah. All right, sir.
So big up yourself, you know, because I want to on the app, you know.
All right, sir, give thanks.
So, spin a jacket me too for me, no, man.
Oh, you ask for jacket me too every week, Rasta?
Oh, you mean Muta, man?
You take me thing to Best Buy request, you know. Me play it still, you know, but all right, you know, so you're lucky too. Because I get where you ask for.
Yeah.
You always get where you ask for, anyway.
Irie man. Irie.
All right, sir. Jackie me too. Here we go. Eel.
Yeah,
blessed.
Yeah, blessed man. You that play, was that the darker shade of black?
Eh?
The rhythm. No, the rhythm. Why you did that play?
Drum song.
Oh, okay. I engineer earlier, you know, the renewable energy engineer, because it's always a pleasure when I can talk to a blessed one. And, you know, always loving the program. And you know what you do, Muta. I remember many nights when we were at school and up in us early morning, and you keep the vibes up. You know what I'm saying?
So we keep your vibes up now.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man, we vibed up all the while. I'm a bridging them and listening because, you know, we're there in America, you know, the disaster of the world, and, you know.
Which part there?
It's nearly up America, with them. Florida.
Which part of America there?
Florida.
Florida, okay. That's over there, so.
Yeah, man. And then, you know, I like how you was pushing the technology for the youth, them, and these kind of things, because as we study things, because we are really the organic intelligence, you know, the AI is built off of us, and the parents them that govern the youth them have to direct them in the right direction, because the world is changing now. Yeah. It's turning to a technology age. But we have to be on top of certain things.
You know, you see how much people Zuckerberg get rid of that idea. Them fit make AI take them space, the work of them. About that thing, about 1,000 let off, you know. Zuckerberg him name, and Zuckerberg, I remember him name. But
yeah, Zuckerberg on them, because they're changing the space. They're changing the space because, remember, even though the capital investment is high to put in the AI, the technology, and the robots don't take breaks. They don't need insurance. They don't take no time off.
They don't need no cup, no tea.
They can cook.
And they don't use them cell phone every minute.
No tea. Yeah. Yeah, they don't use their cell phone, so they're using it. And at the same time, it's not a good thing, Muta, because you see these kind of war things, they need to stop it, because if they implementing the robots, which they haven't, they're using them. Because military-wise, people need to understand things are happening. Nobody tells you what's happening in the battlefield. And when they start using robots and certain things that can just kill people without mercy, it's happening. They're not telling you. The media doesn't tell you what's happening, and it's evil and it's wicked, because when you start implementing, it's like the movie Terminator. You understand? Mm-hmm. It's a real thing. And they're implementing technology. Yeah, man, to dominate the world. But, you know, even on the conscious level, as a conscious engineer, we need to just teach youth them how to do certain things. Even certain simple programming, you know, there's things that the youth them can learn how to do it, and not to put them in that direction so they can be on top of things. Because while robots will replace human beings in servitude type of jobs, they can't replace us in certain other ways. So we have to stay on top of it. So all of the
what is the other way them can replace? What is the other way them can replace?
Like construction, medical field, surgery.
Well, we have to, you know, say we have to medicine. And other things where human beings can do it, but we can use the instruments and go invasive and do the surgery, but you always want a person
that's capable of emotion and understanding certain things
to do
that. You don't really want.
Wait, hold on. Them
No,
doctor
for the surgery.
Them doctor over there, so no. Them a human being and them not have no feeling about you. You know, them come like robot.
Yeah, that's
Them must have follow. You hear?
Yeah. Motor.
Yeah.
Yes, but always what you say with certain things, but not everything can be replaced in life, and the youth them need to be guided. And I gave some thought
of course
to
it needs them need to be guided. But what I say is what I say. You know what I mean? You can't stop that. Them AI thing and them computer thing. Me and you can't stop that. You see it?
No, but it's implemented, Muta. It's going on right now because when we are doing a thing, one of the courses that we call, it's called machine learning. Machine learning is AI. So what it is, it's like it's an algorithm. Like you program things like a graph, dots on a chart. You get many points, and then like the vehicles, for instance, there's a phase 1, 2, 3. The fully automated sense of it is like LiDAR. You have a LiDAR is like a laser pushing out points, and then you're picking points and things that's happening around you. And then the machine is learning. That's why it's called machine learning, and it programs what to do. For instance, if a ball roll out on the street, potentially there might be a child coming behind it. So, it's learning. It's learning from us.
It suggests to you.
It's not we're not denying things. It's where it is now, and we're moving into the future, that we're moving into this type of technology. But at the same time, as a renewable energy engineering, it requires a large amount of energy, of power, and we got to burn a lot of fossil fuel that's polluting the environment. They're not moving towards renewable energy, and to gear this machinery and the technology, it's going to be a waste to the planet, and it's going to be, a lot of pollution, which they don't really care because the technology is advancing. It's like, if me and you did go on a satellite, we're rich, because the cell phone and the work, nothing. Or the signal,
from space. Satellite. I say,
they're using the technology. No, they're using the technology to control us.
But you gone too far now. What if me did own a satellite? Me not own a satellite.
No, I'm just saying that's where the technology is, because
of course, the technology. If me did own satellite, me would have rich. That not going to happen.
Yeah, but so I'm just saying they have it already. So, all right, Muta. So, do you know there's things like Python? There's like basic things for parents and people to know. Like Python is very basic, and then you can learn programming and certain things where you can implement to the youth. But the problem is like health and education is what you use to determine what kind of government or country you have. And Jamaica is very disgusting because health and education. Yeah.
Virgin, I can tell you something. It's not the youth them have problems with the AI, It's big people like me and you. And we have to get in line, I know them. Some little 7-year-old, 8-year-old youth when me say I use them computer to do certain things that me don't even understand what them are do. Me have to ask them. So it's not like it's not like them is the problem. Them just want to know how to work it out, that it can be a better workings for human beings. But we don't understand it. We don't understand most of the things that can.
Yeah, but but if you connect if you connect the dots, it's not going to help the youth then, because a lot of us are illiterate and ignorant as older people. And because how can we guide them into the new age and things that we know nothing about. Because a lot of people stop learning and they stop listening. And if you see if you have any computation of where things, you can't guide the youth, then it's not a good thing. We're not connecting those dots. Because if you don't know, how are you going to guide the kids? How are the kids going to know the direction that they should go in?
But I'm not sure you say we can't guide the youth them in a AI and this, because them, for them brains there, so we can't just make sure say them know say it never start with them. You know, historically and culturally, we have to maintain that principle where we know and make the two things them come together. For them thinking of the new technology and our thinking of where they come from and who they are as individuals and as a people that we are work with.
And guide it in a good way, in a righteous way. Or
most good way, man,
no, because we want them to use it for the good, because, even as a renewable energy engineer, and I try to tell people I'm a conscious engineer, because, even when you construct certain things, and I had this discussion with a lot of professors and colleagues, we have to create things that we can destroy things without polluting the environment. Like, for instance, they talk about nuclear energy and, it doesn't create any pollution. But it takes tens of thousands of years before when you create uranium and nuclear energy. What are you going to do when you decommission these plants? Because it's a pollution on the planet and it's very dangerous, because we're not thinking in a conscious way. You need to think in a way where you're creating things and you're building things, and while it serves us, even when it stops serving us, we can clean it up. You know what I'm saying? It's not a waste on the planet, because nuclear energy is very dangerous. It may be good for there, but when you take it apart, in America, they have places where they bury it in some caves and some mountains and some things, but it takes thousands of years before those things decay and become harmless. So we can't live a dangerous kind of way. We have to be conscious in how we deal with the technology and all these things that's going on, and show youth them the right way to be, advanced, but be conscious and loving towards the planet and be one with nature and everything for the future. And that's what's important. Build a better tomorrow. And Jamaica need to do that too, because Jamaica has so much potential, but they're not even trying to help the youth. Them look on little countries out there in the world. They're so technologically advanced that Jamaica have the opportunity and they have the money. They could help the youth them to build up a better future where we could be leaders in the world and let make our youths then lead, because we have great minds in Jamaica, but we're not harnessing that, and we're not trying to ferment that and nurture that to grow. And it's bad, and I hate it so much, because so not just UC and Bolton, we can speed faster than everybody else. We got minds too, and not just physical bodies. We need to look at that and harness that. And I plead to the people that's out there in the government, help the youth them and harness that. Don't let that decay. Don't let it just be a jungle warfare. And these kind of things, because at the end of the day, it's not good for us, Muta. We need to move forward. I'm not going to wrap it up with that.
We're going to move here.
Blessed.
Give thanks for the input. Give thanks for the input. Okay. All right. Where were they? Where they are so? I'm going to play this.
I was wondering about our yesterdays and digging through the rubble. And to say the least, somebody went to a hell of a lot of trouble to make sure that when we looked things up, we wouldn't fare too well, and we would come up with totally unreliable pictures of ourselves. But I've compiled what few facts I could, such as they are, to see if we could find out a little bit of something, and this is what I got so far. First, white folks discovered Africa. They claimed it fair and square. Cecil Rhodes couldn't have been robbing nobody, because hell, there wasn't nobody there. And white folks brought all the civilization because there wasn't none around. How could the folks be civilized when wasn't nobody writing nothing down? And just to prove all of their suspicions, well, didn't take too long. They found out that there were whole tribes of people in plain sight running around with no clothes on. That's right. The men, the women, the young, and the old righteous folks covered their eyes, and no time was spent considering the environment. Hell no, this just wasn't civilized. And another piece of information they had, or at least this is what we were taught, is that unlike the civilized people of Europe, these tribal units actually fought. And yes, there was some crude implements, and yes, there was primitive art, and yes, they were masters of hunting and fishing, and courtesy came from the heart. And yes, there was love and medicine, religion, intertribal communication by drum, but no paper, no pencils, and no other utensils, and hell, these folks never even heard of a gun. And this is why the colonies came, to stabilize the land, because the dark continent had copper and gold, and the discoverers had themselves a plan. They would discover all the places with promise. You didn't need no titles and deeds. Then they would appoint people to make everything legal, to sanction the trickery and greed. And back in the jungle, when the natives got restless, they would call it guerrilla attack. And they would never describe that the folks finally got wise and decided that they would fight back. And still, we are victims of word games. Semantics is always a bitch. Places once referred to as underdeveloped are now called mineral rich. And the game goes on eternally. Unity kept just beyond reach. Egypt and Libya used to be in Africa. They've now been moved to the Middle East. There are examples galore, I assure you. But if interpreting were left up to me, I'd be sure every time folks knew this version wasn't mine, which is why it is called his story.
Gil Scott Heron, the late great poet Gil Scott Heron. Here with you. Hello? Hello? Okay, nobody on the line, all right. But we will continue to do. All right, so we're going to play this before somebody call. Yeah.
The richest continent on Earth was stolen overnight by 14 European leaders. It's 1884. In a palace in Berlin, 14 European powers gather around a table, discussing how to divide the richest continent on Earth. They draw borders on maps like it's a board game. They just invent treaties, bribe chiefs, and plant flags. To the world, they call it civilization. But behind the papers and promises, it's theft. In just a few years, Africa is carved into 50 pieces. Each one handed to a different European master. Entire kingdoms vanish. Tribes are split by artificial borders. Resources are drained. Cultures are erased. And when resistance comes, they crush it. For over 70 years, Europe rules Africa. And when they finally leave, they don't rebuild what they broke. They leave fractured nations, broken economies, and a legacy of poverty that still echoes today. The richest continent on Earth, stolen by 14 men in a room.
Yes, Ill.
Yes.
Blessed man.
Yes. Good night, Muta, and the rest of the world.
Good night.
And particular Jamaica. Muta, I hear a talk a thing one night on your program. You know, say a word about Chapaglo.
Come again?
I hear a talk a thing on your program one of them night, yeah.
Yeah.
And a week never run off. Your road never drop a ground.
What that?
When you say, you know, believe say all the man they get shot by police, all of them did guilty. But me see a video there. What I tell you, a video there. If you say the guy Chang should have resigned same time. And the other one they were saying him was Ministry of Justice.
You have to talk up a little louder though.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah. As me I say, they want the same responsibility of justice. Yeah. Him and the next one, the say him and the Minister for Security. I say them two guys, they should have run a long time, you know. They should have covered their head with a bag and walk. You understand? Because when we see the motor, that means 95% of the people were shot by police. I don't feel say a 95%, you know. I don't feel say 95% guilty at all. Probably say 5% to what me see. And next again too, when Miss Then try with me plenty of the time, people are supposed to be at the Pam Perkins show. Right? As me say. Even this other one here where about to that squatter man where have the red, white and flag there. A slackness to all of them about to, you know. You understand? Saying I do not like it, I'm tell them out. If me it's right or not, me feel like vote, me vote against Andrew Wallace, you know. Yeah.
But you have 4 years to know to find out that.
Yeah, but you see, well I know no. Mota, me have to pass out certain things, you know. What about the COVID money? What about burial money? Then now, see Lisa, you know. Lisa money.
No, Melissa.
Yeah, what's the same thing? Lisa, same thing. All things well then.
No, I know the same
thing.
They
kind of put two names together. One name, one name.
Yo.
Yeah.
You're talking about one hurricane. It's a hurricane we're talking about.
Yes.
Yeah, all right.
Yes. And then now, things come and I get to understand me on news card so this thing may spoil them. I show them way. And people on the radar beg every day.
Yeah.
I talk already on this program every before the things them to come here and me say, look here. I bet you those cockroach when they vomit on the people them things. I know see me will come to pass. See it? See people
who vomit power now.
And if things come for the people them and they put on in a storeroom until they go spoil or go throw it away. Then almost cockroach vomit for the people there something motor.
Me don't know.
Well, me know the action of them for a long time, you know.
What, the cockroach?
Well, no, really the insect cockroach, you know. Not about the activity of some persons.
Okay.
Yeah. So those systems will come to pass, those the cockroach vomit upon the people, them things. People upon the year, every day upon different station, not getting nothing.
Yeah.
Next thing again too, the money they we spend out of the money there. I need to know what that money spent on. You understand? Enough is spent on no green only. Because they will take time out for the part green only and left the orange. You understand? I sit down and watch
the red. Huh? The red.
Well, one time I did red and then change the color to motor. Remember I said the color did red and then change to orange, you know.
One to the black.
Well, at me, you know, we stand for that, you know, it's not going to work. This thing not going to work against the black.
Okay.
You understand? Motor.
Yes, sir.
This guy here, Andrew Wallace, what you're saying, stick me stomach.
You have to take some medicine, man.
Huh?
You have to take medicine then if you sick your stomach.
Well, the medicine, you see, I fit drench him. See him? Take some of my slackness and drench him. That is the medicine I want to give him.
No, and you want the medicine.
Yes.
The same sick your stomach.
It's like
the same sick your stomach. You know you're talking about medicine. Right. You say I'm sick your stomach. Then you need the medicine?
Yes, we get straight enough. We deal with in case. All right. Don't take the medicine. All right. Good.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, sir.
Since the things that make me sick then, all right. You is a parasite in it, is a virus. So the virus needs to be cleaned up. Right, sir? Right, Jamaica? The virus needs to be cleaned up. How can we say that we have a leader? Right? And look at it now. See?
We who say? I never said that. We who say that?
Repeat again.
You say, how can we say we have a leader? I never say it.
All right. Me I will say.
Okay.
Mr. Jamaica have a leader, right? And the other one we sit down there, where we should not speak against the things they mean not say nothing. And if in talk and the guy over here in a parliament, right? If he have him fist the hours would put on in a parliament there. So if a warrior was, if he get it, you understand? Right? So me don't know the other one when I deal with the orange suit, I deal with. Remember two leaders went on one time, and what was the fire for fire? I want to say blood for blood. You understand? Remember all of that. But as me said, Mr. Wholeness, I want to give you a hole for your nest. You understand? Because you're leading right. I do not respect that. You shame Mr. Siaga, Mr. Manley. And also the other orange suit when you shame Mr. Manley too, you know. Yeah. And I take that to copy politics still in a mode. You know, me only a dry illustration. You understand? Right, I do not like. Hold on there. See there again. Listen here now. See there now? And you told them thief Rasta ganja, you know. Right? I be a ship out of the country, I must about 4 shipments come out. And I'll maybe have a 3 and 2 ounces in my pocket. Right? My last pop out to hit, you know. Right? You know, my front door kick and boss, the boy come here. Come kick me door a look for ganja. In my front door, me not change it. You understand? Look here. You see when the man apply her go the place and we're going to do that now. Set peg in the field, any guy put their foot in, make Harris Chan come put their foot in there, who don't put their foot in there. Cause we're going to take back what is ours. Look here now too, I need someone that can swim too. Me can't swim, me can't teach you to swim. Cause you see that shit, we are come out of that country with the herb thief, we herb back out that country. We are going to go and see one and then we're going to take you away now. Right? Me can't swim. You understand? So, you have me now, look here for yourself. Some man say, you have me now, we're going to see, go and take away that shipment, cause our urban thief. Right?
All right, so we have to move now. We have to move.
All right, give thanks.
Yeah, man, Harry. Yeah, the man have whole heap of gross. Like most of it, have whole heap of gross.
Oh my God, guys, this is what I was talking about. AI is actually going to be the end of us. Don't forget to follow me and check this out.
AI is learning to escape human control. That's the very scary headline I saw in the Wall Street Journal. It's an essay written by a very worried AI consultant named Judd Rosenblatt, who cites 2 recent studies to argue that AI is, in fact, learning to escape human control. First, this is crazy stuff. Researchers gave OpenAI's O3 model a simple script that would shut off the model when triggered. In 79 of 100 trials, the AI model independently, just on its own, edited the script, so shutdown command would not work. Nate, it gets worse. Even when ordered, allow yourself to shut down, the AI still disobeyed 7% of the time. And it gets even more frightening than that. Other researchers, listen to this, using Anthropic's AI model Claude 4 Opus, told the model it would be replaced by another AI system. It then fed fictitious emails into the system suggesting one of the engineers was having an affair. Got it? In 84% of the tests, the AI model drew on the emails to blackmail the engineer to not shut down the AI.
What?
Wow.
Okay, so here, I'm quoting now from Judd. In other cases,
hold on. I have to hear this again. I have to take in this again. Trust me. I know you want to hear it again. You have to take it.
Oh my God, guys, this is what I was talking about. AI is actually going to be the end of us. Don't forget to follow me and check this out.
AI is learning to escape human control. That's the very scary headline I saw in the Wall Street Journal. It's an essay written by a very worried AI consultant named Judd Rosenblatt, who cites 2 recent studies to argue that AI is, in fact, learning to escape human control. First, this is crazy stuff. Researchers gave OpenAI's O3 model a simple script that would shut off the model when triggered. In 79 of 100 trials, the AI model independently, just on its own, edited the script, so shutdown command would not work. Nate, it gets worse. Even when ordered, allow yourself to shut down, the AI still disobeyed 7% of the time. And it gets even more frightening than that. Other researchers, listen to this, using Anthropic's AI model Claude 4 Opus, told the model it would be replaced by another AI system. It then fed fictitious emails into the system suggesting one of the engineers was having an affair. Got it? In 84% of the tests, the AI model drew on the emails to blackmail the engineer to not shut down the AI.
What?
Wow. Wow.
Okay, so here, I'm quoting now from Judd. In other cases, the AI model attempted to copy itself onto external servers. We're in Mission Impossible land here. Wrote self-replicating malware and left messages for future versions of itself about the need to evade human control.
The entity.
Wow.
The entity is real.
Yes, yes. And that's why so many people, and when I say people, me, are worried about AI.
I'm worried.
That is scary stuff.
Yeah.
Told you.
Yeah.
Yes, Papa. Yes, Papa. Youth and youth, what you not going to do? Because me there so now, and the more it get, like when a man they attack, and the more me know say me not go there. What the youth them going to do? That's why we have to know this thing here, you know. Yes, you can't be like me, where the only thing me can do, I search YouTube, find my Wi-Fi and make a phone call. Give thanks to the little way me know from a virgin and my daughter. But it's not a lovely thing. I don't know what we're going to do. And maybe we're not going to fit into it like every other thing. And that is really a problematic thing. Because if you can't do that to people, if that thing they can do that, what else can it do when you start to realize, say, you can suggest certain things, and it just take it and run with it. I swear that there's a thing with the phone, you know. You see if them see I look on certain things, like a car, and you look on the car and I examine the car on the internet, and then you turn off your phone. You know, the next time you turn on your phone, you're going to see a series of car. You're going to find a series of car. And that's how me know, say, the thing get away. Because you look for something, and a series of the same something come up where you can't ignore. And now when you turn off your phone and turn it on back, it continue with the same things. We're up on a level here, and you know, say, white people, is them a do it. Yes. And you have a set of white people will now put up with it. But like me, them don't have the power to do anything about it. You know, see it? It's a serious thing. We don't have the power, man. We don't know what to do next. Serious thing. I want to play this. I'll call it, all right, Ill.
Mutabaruka.
Yes, sir.
Thanks, strong liberty.
Give thanks, man.
I have to, no man-made system is perfect. And the more them feel like them go higher and higher, and lower them get, because them can't beat out nature, natural liberty. Because everything with them use, it is from a natural process of life. It is not a handmade thing. So what I say, all we need to do right now is about building our natural self.
with the energy or the resource I get from the energy of naturality.
All right, what we call the energy of naturality now? What we call that?
The things that is not created by man hand.
Okay.
But all of it can come to the natural inheritance. The air, heat, and ice food. So them can't control all of that. If them could have control all of that, no probably where they are wouldn't they are right now.
They don't know some have things that can make rain fall.
Huh?
Human beings have things that can make rain fall, you know.
Yeah, we know all of that. Them can't go match the crowd. Them can't go match the crowd.
Yeah.
Well, like we said before, everything them do is just their time, you know. Because naturally, they have to take over Earth, said we, just like I say, force up things and go on like that. And them do everything. Them do things, make up things, handmade things. But we actually again, the naturality, source of life, all the way out, going us and in us. Them can't take over that from all of us. So we still have a strength again on Earth, because Earth is natural and wonderful, you know. It feeds us all, it gives us everything. It now moves. Only we have to move on it. So all the robot things that we make, them things that I just destroy them on a personal, individual self, you know. And some innocent people will go down with them still. Because we know the robot thing, it's coming like a vehicle, said we just like how a man them get up and build some vehicle and have them on road around about the place and cause he said pollution. But them gone in a different region, you know. Because move them so fast within the system because them not settle. Because them can't find out the real internal naturality of natural powers. It is there in our earth where them can't take out. Them can take out some and cost what them cost. Like a whole heap of innocent people are dead every day, every night and day. And the problem still remains the same way. But there is lightning, thunder, ice, stone and fire that chat from out of the earth, you know. But them don't know about.
So what's about lightning and thunder? I don't understand.
That can destroy all of them robot system that they make, you know.
Yeah, but it now go do it. Lightning and thunder now go destroy all the robot them.
Can lock them down, man. One gets a lightning, a whole heap of things that can happen to affect that.
You believe, say, with all we are going now,
yeah.
A lightning and a thunder are going to lick and match up all of that?
A whole heap of that can go on, man. What nature, you know.
All of them AI thing we hear them talk about. Lightning and thunder are going to lick and get you all of that.
Yeah, man. It can be destructive, man.
When that going to happen?
When it happens.
When?
Anytime now. Not a special time to happen right now.
No, but I think you say anytime now. When?
We say like anytime now, like in our earth, like certain things can happen.
Yeah, the thing we play a while ago when the man say the AI disobey the command where them put in the machine.
Yeah.
Oh, you think that happen? You think a man put it in there?
Yeah, man.
All right. So
everything that a robot, them a man put them in.
Yeah, configure it itself and put it in there.
Yeah.
So now, may I ask you now? You know, things say according to where them a say. The machine will reach a level now where, for instance, your cell phone have more information only like than your brains. You don't believe that?
Everything in the phone, a man brain put them in there.
No, I'm not talking about man brains put it in there. I say, it all, the cell phone have more information stored in the cell phone.
Yes.
Than what you can remember in your head.
Right.
It have a memory much larger than yours.
Yeah, but at the same time, said memory have remember say a man make it to put it in.
Me never say I'm no man make it, brethren. Me I say, if you remember something like a phone number, and you don't remember, you just go click in at the phone, put somebody's name in there. Or if you want to put the person name in there, you will see the name of the person. Put the number and you see the name of the person. Your head, your brains, now run so quick like the cell phone. So if the man make AI, you know, a machine, we can do, we no want no lunch break, it no want no tea break, it a carry more luggage than you, and it a do more work than you. The same man, I go make more of them machine there. For do the things then where you is unable to do as a human being. And if that happen, so which lightning and thunder you are thinking pan now? If you go mash up all of that.
So that's impossible. That's possible, you know. That's impossible, you know. Because remember, I said, iron, it draw a reflection of heat, you know. Said iron plus iron draw all the other draw heat, you know. So when the heat of the energy of natural powers rise up, all of them things that have no use for Earth again, man. They must park one side. Just like how you see hurricane come on, when you look at pure rubbish on us, garbage on us, all about the place. I see them, so enough of them are going to pile up and have no use, you know.
I mean, these human beings are going to pile up and have no use.
The system where them are made.
Maybe it's the AI them are going to pile up all the human beings them.
All the
and
AI
human beings have no use.
Yeah. All of them, the man-made system where them are made.
So what you say about that?
Do the work. It's a come to man, self-weird. Them are what they don't have no use.
It can come, it be independent of man too.
No,
it can't come it can become independent of man.
A man make them. It can't come independent of man. And a man make them.
The man tell you say,
a man put them out there.
Them program the thing and it go the other way.
Yes, that can't happen, yes.
You know that happen?
But there is something inside right there.
No, I say there's something inside that can work independent of man. You don't believe that can happen?
But something inside of them are still man put them in there, you know.
Me never say no man put them in there. Me say it a work independent of man. Even though it's man put it in there. Just like all man no believe say him a work independent of God. Even though it's God put him there. So it come round to God, according to where them a say, put man there, and man a work independent of God. You don't think the man a work independent of God?
Well, I said, man, when you're God, you know, at them a do it, you know.
That means says man put God in himself and I do the madness for him I do.
Yeah.
All right. So now the robot is like the man, and man now is like God.
Yeah.
So now man put something in the robot, and it reaches a stage now where man can't control the robot. So him override what the man put in him and create a different thinking.
I just need to deal with that now, you know.
Him wipe out the man just like how God will wipe you out. I can't do what I say.
Oh, yeah, I can't deal with God, you know. Like that. And I know I just a tight word that the man keep on food.
You know, you're going to half key, you know. We're not about no word, you know. We're going to half key. We understand all of that, you know, brethren. But we don't want to complicate the issue, you know. With me and you talk. Because me and you can talk that way, and nobody understand what we are saying. But me up on the radio, you know, I mean, I really want to go into the reasoning that way there. Cause last week when me say AI, I say I have to come in front of the A and all them something there. When you start talking them way there, we talk with me and you talk them way there, but when we're upon a place where hundreds of thousands of people are listening, we don't really want to get into the semantics of I come before A, so you have to say IA and all them foolishness there. And now we are talking about man and we are talking about God. Me not take God neither, but if you want to have a better word that the people them can understand what we are saying, me say God, because that them there, and this of them there, me not jump over them.
We not jump over them, but them have a higher overstanding in themselves to know it right now. Just like how them can accept say robot, them can accept say what I say. I think what possible, I don't know, impossible.
No, them understand it, you know understand, you know what accept it. Them understand it, you know what accept it. Because you have to see earthquake, lightning and thunder, I go mash up everything, you know what I mean? Them really, I mean, must accept that.
You must accept it, Mutabaruka, but we
man, create an earthquake now.
But we actually the natural process of life, how naturally it works. Because no man on earth or anywhere them there, them can't totally control naturality because I don't know handmade thing.
When you say control it, what you mean? When you say control it, what you mean?
Them who can get some in a iron, like how man can lift some gas and put it in a pan, can't like that. But one way I inhale from no matter no which end or where it attached from like that. I just forward and see and get the fullness of air, heat and water. So wherever we are, we must realize that there is always a natural power which is natural. We know man, no all we have to just use that. Use it.
What on earth right now? What is on earth now that man can't explain it? Why it happen? For instance, like lightning or like rain. You know, things a man can explain why the rain fall when it fall.
Them can try to say something else.
No, me not talk about try. Me not say.
All right, them can say things else. Just like all them make time.
All right, Bridget, you feel say them we call natural things where happen. You think some man can explain why it happen?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. A man and no God. I can't to them. But it happen. Anyway, we have to move though.
It's down here.
Yeah, all right, blessed. Okay, all right. So, we want to play this about another. No, we don't want to play that one there yet. We don't want to play that one there yet. Trust me. This is the cutting edge.
Hello?
Yes, blessed.
Blessed. Good night. I lay. Well, I run away from the Sunday. Wait, more I may tell us a whole heap of things we have to discuss. You know. Yeah, but more time, you know, for me, the man dry out, so, you know, have your brain round and round. We need sensible reasoning. Come here, you have to focus, and you have man be some focus thing. Said, call brother before, I said, you and him could have reached off a satellite. Where him the America do so long? Anymore, you left just for now. When me I listen to you every week to go down and go set up a satellite. Bro, link up with some Jamaica and try to get that in motion. Good idea.
What you talk about?
Well, me want to talk about something.
No, where you talk about this man who
yeah, Mr. From night, yeah, they are with some brother upon the night, where I kind of give you an idea. Saying, because when I say animal get rich, and him could have do satellite. So me I tell him, say, link up with some Jamaica.
No, you know things them a talk sense. Certain things them a talk sense. Me nah just lock him off, so. When no make no sense is when a man tell me, say, true me say AI, we must put the I in front of the AI.
Yeah, me hear you go in that argument there with you a while ago, you know.
But last week.
Good thing too. Me never either hear. Me kind of
right. So what you are saying now? Tell me.
Yeah, me just a touch from few of the things them. Cause them things that we really want to discuss too. Some of them. Cause enough place for me go to bother the people them. First, I could go with the AI, you know. Me don't want, you know, the whole thing, it get distracted and make it seem like it's a bad thing. Because even you, me don't know if you're a Rasta society, you're telling a reason with the elders, them and I tell them, say, they must forget with the time. You know, because it's just like a phone. You can't even have a Rasta keep conference and 40, 50 odd Rasta there and one who walk one and one Rasta can go on him food and say, chat GPT, open Zoom for me and broadcast this out so we have a big Rasta function and one whole heap of people that come. You, they must know, say, it now go just come take with ideas and take with slang them because it have we talk them, you know. When they watch our internet and they make the cartoon them. The voice them I use our patois. And you can't know our computer because it can't talk like we so properly. So it's a mess. It's a bit ups and it's a bit down. As 2 years moving forward, back in the days I see me, them used to say people say them now go up and play because it look like it was about the sky and thing. And right now, we don't play, we can't move, but we get to understand say, far away you want to go, and that you have to go use. Unless you go to see.
Yeah, man, you're right. Yeah, fight against what you say. You're right, man.
Yeah, but it kind of dangerous in a way where it might take away. All right, what's all I say? It can help you now. See, like all the Rasta community, you have whole heap of creative little Rasta. You know. We see them have some local youth in Africa. The youth them are going so good that the academy, one of them scientists, I think. Trying the youth them and give the youth them materials and things. They might build something out of plastic backer and say, yeah. So out here now we realize that they have some man we know to make broom. Rasta used to make broom, tam, hat, chain. You know you have some machine now where you can go out and type on your phone. Say, when you print out on that shirt here, one Rasta baby with a Rasta with him Rasta mommy have holding, and the AI something goes. And it should out one pretty picture with a Rasta on it.
Yeah, man.
When we would have wear that, go for any stage for right now and done the place and I sell it and say, go up at Mother Way name, have it up there. Anyway, in the island you drive, you can see the place flood with nice, beautiful design of these things. And say, you know, so we can't do discard it, but we have to watch it. Watch it as 1 and 2 with come on and say, and keep up to the time.
There was a movie without screen yet.
Without screen?
You know, like when you go to movies and you see the screen.
Yes.
And the thing a project on the screen. You ever see a 3D movie yet when you have no screen? The things that might work, but it no screen not there.
No, never see that one there yet.
Well, me see it. No screen at all not there.
What me see reach far now is them can make Whitney Houston perform without Whitney Houston there. In terms of
they hologram. They go try to do a Bob Marley thing.
Just like that now. Where am I weird pan now? For kind of get Bob Marley holographic in that way where people can really go sit down and, you know, say Bob, he's not going to in person and some people are going to say. So, you know, it kind of help we advance and we need to move forward in terms of that way. There. It's not bad. And watch you know. You know about this thing named Nibs for a move.
Name what? Meme. Yeah, meme.
Nibs. Alright. So
that depend YouTube every day.
Close off and and it's in operation.
Them a call Trump every day with it.
But me not get that drift there. That's not funny a while ago. Mark Trump with it. Wait, all that come in. I don't understand.
Wow,
Mac him. What you mean mac him with it? What am I doing with it?
No, the meme you talk about.
No, I thought, I hear that one there yet. Probably a meme out the way around the place.
No, wait. Where you say a while ago about? You just say meme, I make it wrong.
No, myths. A system where the government have out here for fix up back the people and place
That's how the organization, the government. Me think of me, you talk about.
Yeah, in terms of
jump with it and all them really. All right.
No, not that one. We are talking about the one where have to do with the governance of the people, the money and the food and the things that
Yeah,
forget it going. So the Prime Minister said him finally organize a team and some strategy where them are gonna get the ball a roll where to get the road them fixed.
The ball roll left them now.
You know me, I said that to myself. I said, 2-3 times now me here. Yeah, I said that to Mr. Walden. I said, you already know, and so it kind of clicked me. I said, you see, him saying put in what the people have a problem with. I said certain things in it, I gotta take with them right, and them I gotta said, I gotta do for balance, check it to make sure the thing fear of properly. So the Prime Minister now is like him, and him appointed a man today and make the people know. Now we'll get some more research on it and say this brother I got responsible feed, and this brother I got govern it and report back to him. Yeah, follow it, Muta?
Yeah, but you see with that now?
Yes.
To me, it come like holding not trust the people that I work with him, you know. Him have too much different things where him at the head of it.
That, and me, you know,
come back to him.
All right, do the man
justify and verify something.
It kind of, the people them back. You know, if he says he never did govern certain things, one of Jamaica guy would have gone outside, sack it already too. Because it seems like too much posted around there.
What are you talking about?
In terms of things now get done, you go give man the ministry, they give 20 people 20 ministry and out beer billions and then no
but things now get done still.
Up and him, I get the blame still.
Yeah, because I him forget the blame. Him at the top of the stream, you know.
Yeah, I was no
so
really.
If the bottom turn river and dirty, that means up at the stream dirty.
But where him a go do up there now? Where him can do now? Because
what
it
him doing
like,
up there? What him doing up there?
Him can, but it seems like nothing him a do up there now because he see even do him
that
say him
if you find somebody else and make them do it. Him have too much things to do.
Well, I guess the man work, and the man say him not keep.
No, him decides him a go work it.
All right, watch I know.
I don't know nobody give him the work. Him decide it. Hold on.
NaRRA FM, I did lick that.
You hear? Yes, bless you, let us say.
Yes, man. Yeah. So, because if we can get back with us, them fast before it slip away. So, now, as I say, him have too much things, that's why I need him corroded, but me that say...
No, wait a minute, I never say him corrupt, you know.
No, I'm saying him too much things I do, so him now get complete anything properly and in a long term, and him
like
get the plan say, him make
trust
things
the people them, that's what I say.
Seeing people them, not say
him come back, him not trust them, so him have to take everything. After him don't do everything, him bring it over from film side now.
All right.
And do it himself.
What's that sneak out? Here man come and radio come say, a police shoot a lady with the hand. Any police will go behind the real reasonable law and do those things, them superior should have them dealt with. See, I don't want him to do that now when crime I go down and tell police and about to do them work now, See, when time crime I go down, I don't want him to go like that.
The crime I go down through them and kill them.
No, I never say that. But it somehow it gone down.
Yeah, but why you think it gone down?
Why? Well, maybe some part have to do with the crime fighting. Maybe for sure.
Yeah, them have equipment where do certain things.
Right.
But that no means that them a kill more people. That's why it gone down.
No, I never said that. But I say maybe it kind of.
Yeah, but it kind of look that way there too, don't it?
To me, because nothing else now go on made that was to make crime go down. You know what I mean? If I was like work up with that go on or some fest and everybody got some fest for 2 days, 3 days, probably I don't it that the least most of crime go down in terms of music and
that is not that why the crime gone down, man.
So you want to touch it.
They want you to continue to think that so that them can go on with them wickedness continuously. You don't check it.
No, I not support the wickedness part of it. So maybe, the body cam can.
So why you think them want to bring in the body cam? Why them are hustle?
Because them must say, in terms of real truth, them must say, it's going to really put a damper on for them we are fighting crime as to America.
By killing our people, by murdering people, and don't check it when the year done.
Yeah, that's going to cramp them style, because if them want to go moving and just, whether if they not come in when them come for arrest, them go send it to the maker. And if when them do that now, and the judge and in the come, I go call them in every minute. After a while, them will drop them on, I say, all right, then we're going to stop run down criminal and good man, because it seems like, we are the criminal and good man. And that them seems like it a project to and chang them a say more time, and say, wait, don't love up the criminal them and a bad like that. But that way I do.
Me not love up no
secure
criminal.
The innocent. Yeah, the innocent we are
protecting. Me not love up no criminal. Right.
And all the while you say, you say to one thing.
Yeah.
So, it need a fix. But in time, we have to just push and shove till we get there. As we have said, we want to focus on what we have at and so the people them are suffer down there and say them not know and them so people the boss said, the Prime Minister said, the nibs and the money them with the rest of the country them send to make sure on alright and do a little thing. Him say organize it and him know. I know that it not loose, they are wait and him say I'm ready for release it now. So far I'm out and
but why him have to organize it? That me ask, So
much post 4 foot kitty.
Cannot that me tell you. So the reason why him have to organize it because I don't trust the people them.
You know see all in the parliament now, him wife are the speaker. She tell me Miss Lackaffal which name Michael they have to run go grab up the mace. The people them not ramp. Him not him wife, Then so them want those straighten up like because the backlash are certain things that the arrows ban get and she get them have to man up the yard now and do some work, because they say.
Look at them not doing no work.
4 years we have left and tomorrow election is coming. 4 years we have.
Them want to do them though. And they have a whole heap of thief inside of the political system we are run Jamaica.
So what I know?
Things.
I don't say scheme things.
Yeah, man, skim the thing them. Skim.
And Jamaica teach them about the hustling, When them come out, I walk up and down and them say, boy, we have to hustle, we have to hustle. And father not nah go. And then the man them now go in a parliament, go back, go say, boy, I hustle there. So,
most of them start out ordinary. And when them left politics, them own no much land, them own no much house, them can go out foreign every week and all them something there.
Them rich.
Like them artists or preacher.
The money in a politics, man. How much?
That may I tell you, money in it.
Man go in have to work as opposition, and he might get a wealthy sum.
Even if he's not prime minister again, he might get prime minister money.
The two of them, even if Andrew will retire right now. Bossy, tomorrow, yes, sir. Thanks to the
all right, sir. All right, blessed man. All right, I can see if I can play. If I can play this. Oh, this middle player. John S.L.
Greetings, Muta.
Blessed man.
Yeah, man. So, without a knowledge of history, we're born to repeat the mistakes of the past.
Yeah.
Even in this, just the recent happenings, and you just say, with the U.S. entering the Nicaragua, taking out the president and threatening Cuba. Yeah, man. Jamaicans were, willing to sell out who they are, as Jamaicans, for visa, for remittances, and for green card. We were willing to be silent, willing to just melt in the background and make what will happen, you know. Partly because we don't cognizant our history. We don't celebrate the things we're supposed to celebrate and commemorate the things we're supposed to commemorate. You know. We see even the 23rd of May, we celebrate the Labor Day. You know. And it's great to celebrate the uprising for the labor unions and that trade union movement emerging. But the 23 of May have something even more significant, you know, because that was the day when they killed Sam Sharp. You know, that was somebody who said, I'd rather die in Ghana than continue as a slave. You know, and that goes to who we are as a people. But the whole season passed and I hear anybody mention Sam Sharp, you know, and the sacrifice he made in this time. And it's like, you know, we need to bring these things to the consciousness of the people, you know. So they make better decisions going forward. You know, when they have this as your root, this as your foundation, and you know, say, all right, even if you use AI, you know, so you have a foundation, you have a root, you know, you have a history where you are built upon. You give it a purpose, you know.
Yeah, hold on, Bridget, hold on. We'll take a break.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, that's far right.
Yeah, man,
sure, you know.
I remember saying, give me a hard before him. Give me a
come again?
No, man, I said, right, a dead year.
Yeah, man.
I remember saying, give me a jingle.
You know, there's something I want to bring up to Rastafari. You know, in the early years, in the Rastafari movement, you know, there was a strong move towards community and communal living, communal industry, you know, which we're going to need in this time, you know. There's something happened in the evolution from when you have people like Howell and Henry, who usually have industries, who usually have bakeries, who usually have black factories, who usually have whitewash factory, who usually have industry making shoes and so forth. As a community, not as an individual, we would create wealth for the community, you know. But as the Rasta movement evolved, you know, and we started to, NaRRA being energy started to dominate Rastafari. We started to look in and started to separate, the spiritual essence from the material, from the industrial. I think something got lost. You know, something got lost when needed. You know, that industrial foundation. You know, you have individual Rastas who would, you know, create wealth and use the culture to generate wealth for themselves individually. But that trust what we start out with, that energy that Howell had, that pinnacle, that energy where Henry and Edna Fisher had a green bottom, we don't see that manifesting again within the community. So this time going forward, you know, it is important to have that strong spirituality. But as Imagine said, we have to have a balance between the material and the spiritual, you know, and that collective economics, you know, is something I need to recreate within the movement to go forward, you know. Sometimes what prevents that is, and I emphasis on differences in religion when they come together, you know. His Majesty was able to, along with Julius Nyerere and Kwame Nkrumah, get 32 nations who were free in Africa, 1963, to come together and form a union, because His Majesty had a principle of focusing on what they have in common, you know, and then let that be the focus of the exchange. And, you know, in gradually you will discuss the differences, you know. But what we find, one's always try to get everybody to say the same thing, to believe the same thing, and that's the productive, you know. That you can't build.
I don't think Rasta figure out the present and the future, the past, present, and the future. I think we understand the past and some of the present, but the future seems to be, we call it, eluding us. Even though a lot of people know how to maneuver the future, even though it not come yet. You know, but it's like the brother say fire, blood, when them call it fire and brimstone, lightning and thunder. A man feels that something not going to happen where if you're a Rasta, the lightning and the thunder will affect you. But if you're not Rasta, a lightning and thunder, like lightning and thunder, know the difference between who are Rasta and who are this. You know, that is a kind of concept where strange to me personally.
Yeah, because we're so strong into belief, and even we don't have the scientific mind is not there. You see, because last week I spoke about the scientific process where, you know, you have an idea or a hypothesis. You know, you have to test it. You have to create certain conditions. You know, to test it and see if it works. If you test it and it don't work, you try to change something and test it, and if it don't work, then you know, well, that just not work. But if I try something over and it happen at one time and at two times, but it's not duplicatable, then it's a fluke. You have a system that if you try it again, if you put the same conditions in place, you see it happen. You know, that is how scientific knowledge is derived. You know, you put a hypothesis, you design an experiment to test it, you test it, and then you see the results where you want, you interpret the results, you get where you want, you say, all right, you test it again, and then you share the information. You know, we need to get that thinking there in the youth them. You know, so when there's a bingy and one gather for 7 lights and so forth, and one's gather run in the day afterwards and so forth. Them days there should be days where I use as an educational structure for the youth them. You know, what we are teaching STEM, because STEM is critical in this time. Science, technology, engineering, mathematics. You know, we have to let them be as Rasta people, because Rasta have always been creating stuff, you know, and we have that culture, but we need to carry it to another level where we have to use them, learn the scientific way, learn how to use the AI. The guy, the Rasta that I started to earlier, the Virgin.
Hold on, the Virgin, I can tell you something. The youth them know about AI, you know, and we don't know about AI. So when we can't go teach the youth them about AI, we have to make them know about what is them purpose here now and them history and the culture where them left behind, where white people mix up. So it's not like say we can't go now and say we are teach my grandson how to use computer. No, sir. And him have to teach me that.
Yeah, that's true. But I just direction, you know. If you use it now, if you generate content for our community, to share our information, you know.
Yeah.
Because it's a direction, you know. It's a direction, you know. You know. So, you know, in the days, you have to use them come together and create some stuff, you know. We need a greater organization, you know, a greater organization, you know. And in this time, how things moving fast, if we don't really put a finger upon it, if we really move to it, the relevance we're not supposed to have at this critical time, it won't be there. And, right now at this time, with the Africa Union, so IFI, Rastafari need to have a strong voice. We need to, get yourself together, powerful in Jamaica, so we can have an impactful voice, in Africa, and we can move tight with people in a more purposeful way to the motherland, where we can organize ourselves and move in to Africa in an organized way, go to projects, and show once this to move, a systematic way, how we will organize. Rastafari is still relatively young, but we're not fertilizer age where, what the Christianity 300 years ago can't take any so long for the anything.
Yeah, we have to move
get
now.
yourself organized and move.
We have to move.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, give thanks, Bridget.
Yeah, man. So, we still our request the Samuel Sharp and the African Liberation Day tune,
The African Liberation Day tune?
Yeah. But I actually sent those to you, right? Two last time I sent to you.
A 3 song you send me?
I sent the African Liberation Day and the Daddy Sharp.
Daddy Sharp?
Yeah, man. Samuel Sharp.
What is the song name? African Liberation Day?
Yes. Yeah, man. I had WhatsApp. I send the 2 last one I sent. What we do, we try to quickly put out information out there for, keep people focused.
Yeah, I know about, I don't see that song there.
Check the WhatsApp.
I play it already.
Oh, well,
no, I can't check my WhatsApp. I do a different thing.
All right.
I can't check the WhatsApp. I have to go up on my phone to check WhatsApp.
All right.
And my phone I use now, or computer, play music.
Oh, okay, because I'm watching on my computer now.
I have to go look for it differently. I have to go look.
All right. Give thanks, brother, and keep on doing the work,
All right.
And see you Sunday.
Oh, yeah, really. All right, give thanks. All right, so I could play this. Listen keenly and carefully to this.
I bet you didn't know this. China restricts organized religious exposure for many children under 18. In many parts of China, minors under 18 are restricted or outright barred from participating in organized religious activities. Some churches and mosques display no under 18s signs. Religious schools, Sunday schools, youth camps, Quran classes, baptisms for minors, and organized religious teaching for children have been heavily restricted or banned in various provinces. Now stop for a second and ask yourself why. Why would one of the fastest growing powers on earth want to limit what gets programmed into the minds of children? Because China understands something most people never stop to think about. Whoever controls the mind of the child controls the future of the nation. Now look at the Chinese mindset. A child is pushed toward maths, engineering, science, discipline, manufacturing, strategy, technology, problem solving, national development. They're taught, build, create, compete, advance. Now compare that to large parts of Africa. From the moment a child can understand language, fear God. Don't question, just believe. Leave it to God. God will provide. Pray about it. Obey. Morning prayer, night prayer, church, mosque, deliverance, fasting, tithing, prophecy, religious doctrine repeated over and over and over again during the most psychologically absorbent years of a child's life. And then people wonder why one society produces factories, engineers, patents, infrastructure, and global manufacturing power, while another produces dependency, fear, obedience, and emotional survival thinking. Now, before people get emotional, this is not an attack on spirituality. This is about mental conditioning. Because if a child is trained from birth to suspend critical thought in favor of belief, that child often grows into an adult that struggles to think strategically under pressure. Not all, but enough to affect entire cultures. China teaches many of its children, understand reality. Africa often teaches its children, accept authority. One creates builders, the other often creates followers. And the scary part? Most parents genuinely think they're helping. But if your child spends more time learning to obey invisible forces than understanding economics, psychology, technology, negotiation, ownership, and systems, then don't be shocked when they grow up spiritually committed, but economically powerless. Because the future doesn't belong to the most obedient minds. It belongs to the clearest thinkers. And clarity starts the moment you stop teaching children what to believe and start teaching them how to think.
What a judgment. When I listen to that, when you're listening to that, that should be played like a record. That should be played like a record, man. Listen, serious, listen.
I bet you didn't know this. China restricts organized religious exposure from many children under 18. In many parts of China, minors under 18 are restricted or outright barred from participating in organized religious activities. Some churches and mosques display no under 18s signs. Religious schools, Sunday schools, youth camps, Quran classes, baptisms for minors, and organized religious teaching for children have been heavily restricted or banned in various provinces. Now stop for a second and ask yourself why. Why would one of the fastest growing powers on earth want to limit what gets programmed into the minds of children? Because China understands something most people never stop to think about. Whoever controls the mind of the child controls the future of the nation. Now look at the Chinese mindset. A child is pushed toward maths, engineering, science, discipline, manufacturing, strategy, technology, problem solving, national development. They're taught, build, create, compete, advance. Now compare that to large parts of Africa. From the moment a child can understand language, fear God. Don't question, just believe. Leave it to God. God will provide. Pray about it. Obey. Morning prayer, night prayer, church, mosque, deliverance, fasting, tithing, prophecy, religious doctrine repeated over and over and over again during the most psychologically absorbent years of a child's life. And then people wonder why one society produces factories, engineers, patents, infrastructure, and global manufacturing power, while another produces dependency, fear, obedience, and emotional survival thinking. Now, before people get emotional, this is not an attack on spirituality. This is about mental conditioning. Because if a child is trained from birth to suspend critical thought in favor of belief, that child often grows into an adult that struggles to think strategically under pressure. Not all, but enough to affect entire cultures. China teaches many of its children, understand reality. Africa often teaches its children, accept authority. One creates builders, the other often creates followers. And the scary part? Most parents genuinely think they're helping. But if your child spends more time learning to obey invisible forces than understanding economics, psychology, technology, negotiation, ownership, and systems, then don't be shocked when they grow up spiritually committed, but economically powerless. Because the future doesn't belong to the most obedient minds. It belongs to the clearest thinkers. And clarity starts the moment you stop teaching children what to believe and start teaching them how to think.
Okay. I want you to go sleep on that message. Go sleep on that, man. Every word of it is true. Where you teach a child. Every word. And we refuse to really recognize it. Look upon the country them that is successful in them endeavors and them children. Look how them operate even at Jamaica. Even at Jamaica, look how them operate. And you will see the total different attitude, work attitude, and just mannerism. Because you know, say, sometimes the environment that don't allow these things to take place. Because when you look upon all the Chinese environment, certain things just you can't do. You just can't do it. You better just keep that to yourself. Yeah, keep it to yourself. There's certain things you cannot do in certain countries. And if you look on the countries them that we talk about, you realize that they are very progressive. You have less crime, less people who dip on the street are beg and I just create problems. There's a different attitude to work. There's a different attitude to family. Family, a different attitude. And we lose that. We lose that because we're so caught up in the Western mindset. The Western mindset allow you to do anything and believe anything. And they want you to do anything without curbing anything. That is what we must look for. Serious thing, just check all of the country them where it's not have this kind of governance. And look upon them, really. Look upon them. If you know, to say, it's a total different mindset. Total different mindset it have. And yet still we can't realize that. Because the people them who are run with life make you feel like say this way is the only way and the best way. Because them are look upon the colonialists them or the what we call the ex-colonialists them have the same mindset. These colonialists still rule and govern how you think, how you feel, how you behave. Them control it. So even though we might feel say we're not caught in it, we're caught in it. We're caught in it because we're there. We're there to the T, we're there. We just want the people them know that. Because really and truly, what else is there? We can't say we know. Because we have fed so much garbage that the thing them that is not garbage, we start to call it garbage. Boy, yeah, we start to call it garbage. We start to feel say wrong right and right wrong. Up and down and down and up. Confusion in a room. Confusion in a room. That me say, how long? How long? You have to be a light. You have to be a light. Yes. Here we go. We want to give thanks. Which engineer that down there? Say something, Virgin.
Me there, Mutaman.
Who near me there?
For I hear the voice, man, one voice sound someone, one DJ.
No, I mean one voice. A whole heap of voice. Tell me, so why you afraid to call your name, Virgin? Eh?
No, man, you're mad, Mutaman. Me I tell you, say you're one voice, so you hear the voice, you know it's me.
You near me?
Matrix, I hear the one, Matrix.
All right, well, we'll give thanks to me. I will give thanks to the operator. We'll be back here at 2 o'clock with the stepping razor, the art.
And now the details. The government is taking steps to curb abuse of the system of adverse possession. Prime Minister Dr. Andrew Holness has tasked Minister responsible for land titling and settlements, Robert Montague, to look into the issue. Speaking today at a title handing over ceremony in Manchester, Dr. Holness noted that this type of informal settlement is problematic.
You have another set of informality that is emerging, which we have to pay attention to, and I think that this is very dangerous. There are persons who are abusing the system of adverse possession, abusing it, who are deliberately going onto private lands and government lands, cutting it up, putting on big equipment on it, clearing the land. One case has been brought to my attention where 20 acres of government land is being cleared, marking it up with red paint and dropping stakes as if they have a right to do so, and then sell lots to unsuspecting persons who are so desperate for land that they don't go and check the register, meaning they don't go to the NLA to find out whether or not the person who is claiming ownership of the land has the land, or go to their municipal authority to see whether or not there has been an application for subdivision.
He said the minister must ensure that government land is not depleted.
And we know that this is going on. And I have given directives to Minister Montague that one of the things that he has to pay close attention to is to ensure that government land is not depleted. Now, when I talk about government land, it's not my land, it's your land that the government holds in trust and manages for you. Because there is some notion in the minds of the people that somehow the government is trying to keep people from the land.
Prime Minister Dr. Andrew Holness. And Prime Minister Dr. Andrew Holness says he has great confidence in Ambassador Major General Anthony Anderson, who has been appointed Chief Executive Officer of the National Reconstruction and Resilience Authority, NaRRA. Ambassador Anderson will assume duties on June 1. Dr. Holness said the appointment follows extensive advertisements both locally and internationally. Over 100 people across the globe submitted applications, with 7 of those applicants shortlisted.
We received 120 applications from all over the world, 85 of which were specifically for the post of the CEO. Others would have applied maybe for both CEO and for some other position or for other positions, which were not yet advertised. We shortlisted 7. So you can imagine the involved process of filtering through all the applications. And these 7 persons were interviewed, 3 of whom were Jamaicans and 4 were international candidates: Australia, United States, the UK, and I don't remember the other country.
Dr. Holness noted that the final decision came down to someone who has served the country well. He said Ambassador Anderson's appointment comes at a critical stage in Jamaica's post-Hurricane Melissa recovery and reconstruction program.
Currently ambassador to the United States. Obviously that will change. He was former Commissioner of Police and former Chief of Defense Staff. And as fate would have it, I had tasked him to review the state's response to Hurricane Beryl, which would have included a review of all the entities involved in the response, but specifically a review of ODPEM. So he is already in proximity to these issues. I have great confidence in Ambassador Anderson. He would obviously have great skills in leading national institutions. He led 2 of the most important institutions in Jamaica, the JDF and the JCF. He would have had the experience of working with international entities, both the IFIs, which are going to be critical, that is international financial institutions, going to be very critical in this process, but with international contracting as well. He would understand the issues that are involved, understanding the local lay of the land, and I'm going to use the politics of the land, not the small politics, but the big politics, how to manage the stakeholders and the idiosyncrasies of Jamaican society.
Dr. Holness said the ambassador's leadership will be central to ensuring that reconstruction is carried out with urgency, but also with the discipline required to protect public resources, coordinate major projects, and deliver lasting national benefits.
The office is not characterized as a bureaucratic office where it's just pushing paper, signing off on documents. This is about executing, getting things done. In the original concept of the chief executive, that was the idea, the person who got things done. The board would deal with governance. The administrators deal with administration. But the CEO get things done. And so in the law, he's the chief executive officer, but I'm going to call him the chief executing officer, the man who will get things done. And that has to be a cultural change in Jamaica.
And Dr. Holness has stressed that he played no role in the process to select the Chief Executive Officer of the National Reconstruction and Resilience Authority, NaRRA. Ambassador Major General Anthony Anderson is the new CEO. His selection is causing concern among the opposition People's National Party. Dr. Holness said he kept away from the selection process for good reason.
The panel, they did quite a bit of work behind the scenes to ensure that the right selection was made. I was only informed of the end result. So just in case anybody thought that I kept a distance for good reason. Final decision came down to someone who has served the country very well. And the decision was to appoint Major General Anthony Anderson, who is now currently ambassador to the United States. Obviously, that will change.
Prime Minister Dr. Andrew Holness. The opposition People's National Party says Ambassador Major General Anthony Anderson's appointment as NaRRA's Chief Executive Officer has raised serious questions that the government must answer openly and without delay. The appointment was announced by Prime Minister Dr. Andrew Holness at a post-cabinet press briefing at Jamaica House this morning. Markelia Rumble reports.
In a statement this afternoon, the PNP said it expects Ambassador Anderson to execute the responsibilities of his office with transparency, integrity, and accountability, but said his appointment does nothing to allay concerns previously raised. The PNP has called for the government to say whether Anderson applied for this position in the ordinary course of the initial recruitment exercise. If he did not, the PNP said the public deserves a full and candid explanation on why that process failed to produce a suitable candidate. The party noted that a recruitment exercise that yields no appointable candidate is not merely an administrative inconvenience, but a signal that something is fundamentally wrong with the framework governing this institution. Noting that the party has consistently raised concerns about the governance deficiencies embedded in the NaRRA legislation, the PNP said Anderson's appointment has reinforced those concerns. According to the party, the government appears to have found it necessary to draw upon a serving ambassador to Jamaica's most important international partner, who has only been in that post for 12 months to fill this role. Describing the move as instructive, the PNP said it suggests strongly that credible candidates from within the relevant professional pool were deterred by the structural and governance arrangements that the party has repeatedly flagged as inadequate. It added that appointing a loyal military policing technocrat to lead this civilian authority in circumstances where the recruitment process appears not to have run its proper course is not a solution to the governance problems within NaRRA, but a symptom of them. The PNP called on the government to be transparent with the Jamaican people about the full circumstances of this appointment. It also doubled down on its call for the government to bring amending legislation to address what it describes as the salient governance deficiencies that continue to undermine public confidence in NaRRA, and to ensure that the institution is placed on a sound and accountable footing without further delay. Reporting for RFM News, I'm Markelia Rumble.
Meantime, a list of priority reconstruction and resilience projects for the National Reconstruction and Resilience Authority, NaRRA, is being considered by Cabinet. This comes as the NaRRA bill has now been assented into law, formally establishing the framework for the country's accelerated reconstruction and resilience program following the passage of Hurricane Melissa. Natalie Campbell reports.
Prime Minister Dr. Andrew Holness says the priority projects will form part of a coordinated national program aimed at restoring damaged infrastructure, strengthening public assets, improving service delivery, and supporting long-term economic growth. The Prime Minister emphasized that the reconstruction process will be approached as a national development program. He stated that Hurricane Melissa caused significant damage, but also created an opportunity for the country to rebuild in a way that is stronger, faster, better coordinated, and more resilient. Dr. Holness said NaRRA will allow the authorities to move with the urgency that this moment requires, while maintaining the discipline, transparency, and accountability that the Jamaican people expect. Meantime, the members of Jamaica Reconstruction and Resilience Oversight Committee, JAMROC, the independent public oversight body for the reconstruction program, will be named in short order. JAMROC will play a key role in strengthening public confidence in the reconstruction process by supporting independent oversight, transparency, and accountability. The government has said that the reconstruction program will be supported by mechanisms including public reporting, audited financial statements, performance indicators, ministerial oversight, and a public electronic register of approved reconstruction and resilience projects. The Prime Minister said the government is committed to ensuring that reconstruction is carried out with speed, but not at the expense of good governance. The Office of the Prime Minister said further updates will be provided as the priority project list is finalized and the members of JAMROC are announced. Reporting for NaRRA FM News, I'm Natalie Campbell.
Beryllium Limited says its immediate priority has been the well-being of the individuals affected by an explosion and fire at a garage facility adjacent to its compound on South Kemp Road, Kingston. The company says a few individuals sustained injuries and were transported to hospital for medical attention. One vehicle located on the garage property was also affected. In a statement, Beryllium says members of the Human Resource and Management teams have been actively coordinating medical assistance, supporting employees, and maintaining communication with family members to ensure all necessary care and support are provided. Beryllium is commending the emergency response teams for their swift action in containing the situation and preventing further damage. It says the situation was contained to the garage premises and did not impact the operational facilities. Beryllium states that it remains committed to the safety and well-being of its team members and to maintaining uninterrupted service to its clients and partners. The Met Service is warning that strong winds associated with a low-level jet stream could result in some infrastructure damage heading into the weekend. A statement from the Met Service said the low-level jet stream is across the Central Caribbean. It has been producing very strong winds across Jamaica since yesterday. The strongest impacts from these winds are expected across southern parishes and offshore marine areas. The Met Service says these strong winds are expected to continue across Jamaica and its territorial waters through to Saturday. Fishers and other marine interests, especially inshore and offshore the south coast, are advised to exercise extreme caution. This as sea conditions are expected to remain unfavorable due to very strong winds through to Saturday. The Met Service said it will continue to monitor this weather feature. The earthquake unit says a very minor earthquake was felt this morning in Kingston and St. Andrew. It occurred at about 5:22 a.m. and was located approximately 3 kilometers north of Gordontown, St. Andrew. The earthquake had a magnitude of 2.6 and a focal depth of 3 kilometers. Member of Parliament for St. Mary's Central, Omar Newell, is calling for improved communication for persons seeking to benefit from government's Restoration of Owner or Occupant Family Shelters Roofs program. Speaking during a meeting of the Public Administration and Appropriations Committee this morning, Mr. Newell raised concerns about persons who have already been assessed but have not yet received any benefit under the program. During the meeting, Acting Permanent Secretary in the Labour Ministry, Leon Jennings, indicated that in the interest of transparency, there are plans to publish a list of beneficiaries on the ministry's website. Mr. Newell welcomed the move, noting that greater transparency is especially important with the Atlantic hurricane season approaching, as it would help residents better understand where they stand in the process.
In Roofs 1, we still have quite a large number of persons who indicate that they have been assessed and they have not received a benefit. And they're not able to tell whether it is because they're in the lower category or it is an oversight. Does the ministry communicate with or attempt to communicate with persons who are in the category that will not receive a benefit?
Intent is for us to provide a list of names, maybe on the website or so on, to say for persons who will benefit. So those who don't see their names will be those who will not qualify.
Well, if you start by sharing that list with, again, your elected representatives, we would be because I get a significant number of persons who come to my office on a weekly basis indicating that they applied, they were assessed, they've heard nothing, and they're trying to figure out how to move on with their lives, and the hurricane season starts again in another few days. So that would be helpful.
Member of Parliament for St. Mary's Central, Omar Newell. Then a new website has been created by the Labour Ministry for persons yet to benefit under Phase 1 of the Restoration of Owner-Occupants Family Shelters Roofs program. The disclosure was made by Portfolio Minister Pernell Charles Jr. at this morning's post-cabinet press briefing. He said 80% of beneficiaries have completed the process of getting either cash or material under Phase 1 of the initiative. He acknowledged that persons who have not yet redeemed their benefits have experienced challenges doing so. He said the new website will make it easier for persons to receive their benefits.
We have developed a digital platform where beneficiaries can visit the website, and it's a long site, so bear with me. We Pay Today, that's WIPAY today.com/MLSS, which is Ministry of Labour and Social Security, /beneficiary. Let me say that one more time. We Pay Today.com/MLSS/beneficiary. You put in your TRN and the dashboard updates automatically, advising you of your status, tells you where to collect, and it allows you to follow the instructions. So all of what was before in terms of a more arduous process has been broken down, and of course we're using artificial intelligence that has been embedded into this digital platform to assist us to close off the 20% of persons for Phase 1.
Labour and Social Security Minister Pernell Charles Jr. The Commissioner of the Independent Commission of Investigation says the debate over body-worn cameras should not be divided between supporting the police and ensuring accountability, noting that Jamaica must achieve both. The debate over body-worn cameras has increased recently due to the number of police fatal shootings. Speaking at the Jamaicans for Justice Public Forum this morning, Hugh Faulkner said the Jamaica Constabulary Force operates in volatile situations and that no national conversation about accountability can ignore those realities.
Jamaican police are tasked to enter situations with uncertainty regarding who may be armed, who may resist, and whether they themselves, the officers, will return safely to their families. So no serious national conversation about accountability can ignore those realities. At the same time, ladies and gentlemen, no democratic society can ignore the equally important reality that the state's coercive powers must always be exercised transparently, lawfully, proportionately, and subject to objective review. That principle protects citizens likewise as it protects law enforcement.
He said with the recent announcement by the JCF High Command that it deploys 1,500 cameras daily, the issue now in question is whether the deployment of these devices is being prioritized where accountability, risk, and evidentiary needs are greatest.
The government of Jamaica has invested significantly in the expansion of body-worn camera technology. The JCF High Command indicated this month that 1,500 body-worn cameras are deployed daily. This investment reflects a recognition by the government, it seems, the Ministry of National Security and the leadership of the JCF that modern policing requires modern evidentiary systems. But the issues before us, therefore, are no longer whether body-worn cameras are valuable, infrastructurally compatible, or suitable for deployment. The issue is whether their deployment is being prioritized where accountability, risks, and evidentiary needs are greatest.
Mr. Faulkner said Indicom's position is that the strategic priority of the daily deployment of body-worn cameras must be on planned police operations.
Our perspective is data-driven, particularly those officers who are part of tactical teams, those issues where search warrants are involved, high-risk apprehensions, and targeted raids for firearms. Those operations are not spontaneous. They involve prior intelligence, operational planning, and command structures. And they involve the foreseeable use of force contact between armed state agents and civilians who may also be alleged to be armed and are believed to be by the police to likely challenge their instruction. It is therefore entirely rational that mandatory body-worn camera protocols accompany those deployments. This Indicom believes is a reasonable recommendation.
Indicom Commissioner Hugh Faulkner, since the start of the year, 137 people have been killed by members of the security forces. Tarpaulins used by vendors along some streets in Kingston are being removed as part of the Cleaner Kingston initiative. The Kingston and St. Andrew Municipal Corporation has been on a drive to remove impediments and conduct sanitization in areas such as Beckford Street, Haywood Street, and New Chapel Lane. Other areas will be targeted in the coming weeks. KSAMC City Engineer Xavier Chavans noted that the police expressed concern about the tarpaulins, which obstruct visibility and hamper enforcement.
So we are currently on New Chapel Lane, where we are carrying out some cleanup activities, which includes the removal of debris, which should have formed some form of impediment on the road, and also the sanitizing of the area and the cleaning of the drains. We have gotten some complaints also from the police as regards to the tarpaulin, which at times would offer poor visibility to the cameras in the area, which would affect their enforcement activities. So we are partnering with the police to ensure that the areas remain sterile and the roadway is free for maneuverability, and the vendors have the specific areas that they can apply their trade.
He added that garbage was removed from the markets.
Inside of the market areas, we are continuing to do the sanitization exercise and removal of every solid waste and so forth to make the area more sanitary for vendors and also shoppers alike. The vendors, once the place is clean and accessible, so the garbage can be collected on time and swiftly, the vendors are so far cooperated and they welcome the response.
He said the corporation does periodic follow-up to ensure that areas already cleaned stay that way.
We have a terms of reference in place with our enforcement department to ensure that we have our periodical enforcement activities to ensure that whenever we carry out these activities, we do the necessary follow-up, and you would have seen other areas which would have borne fruit, like out in Haywood Street and other areas, to ensure that we have a periodical follow-up to prevent anything from going back to how it was.
KSAMC City Engineer Xavier Chavans. Opposition spokesman on energy Philip Powell has called on the government to cap oil prices as part of mitigation against rising fuel costs due to ongoing Middle East conflict. Speaking at the People's National Party Springfield Division annual conference, Powell expressed concern that the government was not doing enough to protect Jamaicans from the financial burden.
And I have a concern because initially the minister said that they had put a ceiling on the increases, and that he's going to move the ceiling. But I'm wondering when the price increase will reach the point where it doesn't represent a burden on the government, and whether or not we haven't reached that point where the government isn't trying to recoup and to make profit on the misfortune that this world is facing with the price of oil skyrocketing. I'm keeping a tab, and I'm hoping that the government isn't going to try to use this opportunity
Opposition spokesman on energy, Philip Holwell.